Once again, this is not a comedy. This is not a comedy. This is a straight up horror film. But the way Monique presented herself, she shows why she can be a dual threat. I really enjoy her character because she was one of these characters who actually was able to verbally speak what the audience may be thinking throughout this entire movie. Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Ryan Reviews Everything, and we are talking about the latest project from Lee Daniels, which is on Netflix right now. This is called the Deliverance, and this was a wonderful movie, and in my opinion, this might be the most realistic horror movie you'll ever come across. So I just hands down one of the most realistic movies you've ever seen in terms of horror. And if you're into your horror movies being disturbing, a lot of haunting imagery, this is definitely up your alley. And just as a personal favorite for me personally, I truly give high respect to directors who can just pull off a horror movie and not rely solely on jump scares. And The Deliverance does just that. It really just relies on just the scary element of its own, you know, and point blank, that's it, straight up. For those who are not familiar with what the Deliverance is about, well, first off, The Deliverance is allegedly based on a true story. And in addition to that, what it's about is an Indiana family moves into a new home, or they move into a house. It's not new, but they move into a home, and shortly thereafter, they discover all types of weird stuff happening and realizes that this home may be a one-way portal to hell. I'm paraphrasing, but that's literally the plot based off of IMDb. And yeah, man, it's you know, picture exorcism, but instead of focusing on one kid that needs help, you got this woman's all her children. She got 3 kids. I really enjoy the casting of this movie as well. I think everyone gelled great. I feel like the chemistry was really there. In addition to that, just a lot of talent just throughout this movie. In no particular order, we got Glenn Close, who is phenomenal. We have Andre Day, who did an amazing performance as the mother. So Glenn Close plays the grandmother of these possessed kids. Andre Day plays the mother of these possessed kids. You have Caleb McLaughlin. If you're not familiar with that name, but if you've seen Stranger Things, he's the token black kid in Stranger Things. He's one of the possessed teenagers in this film, and one of my personal favorites, who I think did an amazing job, just to show kind of like the dual threat that she is. You have Monique. And I'll get into why I have love for Monique in this movie in a bit. And they didn't have as big of a role in this one, but they made a few appearances. You also have Tasha Smith as well as Omar Epps in this film as well. So once again, the casting is amazing in this. Once again, Glenn Close and Andre Day's chemistry I thought was phenomenal. They have like a strained mother-daughter relationship. And it definitely shows before things start getting wild and creepy within the house. You definitely see this dynamic of how Andre Day, her character name is Ebony Jackson. She has like this grudge with her mom. She feels like her mom raised her in all the wrong ways growing up. But now that her mom is much older and the mom, you know, and she's a grandmother now, she's like this born-again Christian who is trying to do right by Andre Day's kids in this movie. So yeah, man. I thought the chemistry between Glenn Close and Andre Day was amazing. Once again, my favorite person throughout this movie was Monique for a number of reasons. Once again, this is not a comedy. This is not a comedy. This is a straight-up horror film. But the way Monique presented herself, she shows why she can be a dual threat. I really enjoyed her character because she was one of these characters who actually was able to verbally speak what the audience may be thinking throughout this entire movie. Minor spoiler alert, probably out of a scale of 10, maybe like a 3. There's this one scene where Monique sees something she's not supposed to see. It's because it's just some weird, creepy stuff. She hits a panic button because she's at a hospital. She talks to a doctor. The doctor's, casually, kind of in a smug way, like, why would you hit the panic button? And Monique says, I'm paraphrasing, but Monique says something along the lines of, I just saw a child break through restraints and climb up a effing wall like a spider. Please tell me what button am I supposed to push, doctor? It was just amazing. So you get that side of her, but also she has this amazing monologue earlier in the movie, probably, I don't know, maybe like 30, 40 minutes in, where she gives this amazing monologue about experiencing loss as a mother herself. And it was just amazing to watch how Monique can give you serious and is extremely believable, but she could go back to her comedic roots and, break the tension into some common sense comedy moment throughout this film. And it wasn't a lot of the comedy moments. That's what I like about it. So I feel like if you're going to pull off a film like this and you want somebody like you got to get somebody like a Monique. I'm trying to think of another example. I would say Lil Rel, but I felt like he was 100% comedy relief in Get Out. Definitely get somebody who is extremely believable in both serious and a comedy role. Within a horror movie is all I'm saying. And yeah, I thought she pulled it off great. And I ended with this. Well, actually, I'm lying. Another reason why this was just such a realistic, common sense horror movie. Let's be honest, majority of horror movies, you kind of have to have like this suspension of disbelief. And I always have this motto, bad decisions in horror movies kind of just go hand in hand. So you got to expect some just dummy bad decisions to happen here and there. Fine. This movie had none of those dummy bad decisions in it at all. Another small example, maybe like a 2 out of the 10 on the spoiler scale. This one woman probably has 2 minutes total of acting in this entire movie. She plays a front desk at a building. A doctor asks her, hey, can you take me to this room of this particular child? She's like, the room is that way, but I'm not going in there. I'm not going to take you there, but if you want to go there, the room is that way. So once again, probably has like 2 minutes total of acting time throughout this entire film, yet one of the smartest women in this damn movie. And there was a lot of smart, common sense people throughout. So I think I've said too much already in terms of these minor spoilers. Highly recommend you watch it, especially if horror genre is your jam like it is mine. And I thought this was a phenomenal job. And I would love to see Monique do more roles like this. She's talented enough to where she's not going to be, typecast as the common sense black woman if she did more horror movies. But I really feel like she really pulled that off, like, tremendously. Love it or hate it. If you saw this movie, let me know if you liked it or not. Love it or hate it. That's just my review. Peace.